Hey guys. So I had an idea for a few little bits. Um, One of them in particular is for today. Before you join the military, let's consider something. Or before your boyfriend, a girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever, joins the military, consider TRICARE. TRICARE is the military insurance. At least I know it is for the Army. And if you ever wanted to get an idea of what socialized medicine is, that would be it. So my husband is in surgery. I came out to the car because I don't want to be around people because I hate people. But he's at Fort Gordon right now getting his surgery done. And it is 3 hours away from our post where we live. And the purpose of that is because this is the only hospital that has a urologist. Don't really understand why, because they PCS doctors like they do soldiers, even if the doctor isn't active duty anymore. They just keep rotating doctors. So he did his time at our post, so now he's doing time here. But that's the thing. If you have TRICARE, they will try everything they can to keep you on post at the hospitals, meaning different doctors, different specialists, prescriptions, appointments, medicines, specialty care. I probably already repeated myself a few freaking times. Anyways, so that's what they want to do, because if you are kept internally on post in the hospital, they don't have to pay out extra like they would if you had to go off post or to an outside referral, which is usually where the good ones are. So that's why we had to drive from one military post to another military post. When I believe I Googled it, there were 30 urologists in our area. And keep in mind too, this is the third time we've had to go to Fort Gordon. That's a lot of driving. And that is a lot of time together, which you would think would be great because he's always deployed. We don't really have a lot of time together where it's just us and we can have like adult talk or adult conversations. And I should be very grateful to have this time with my husband in a vehicle for now, 6, 12, 15 hours. So far we've been 15 hours driving back and forth, just this one place. That's a lot of time in a car. And I think it's funny because my sisters, I call them my sisters, they spend all day long in a van together driving. They're always together. I think there might be a 30-minute period each day where they're not right beside each other. And they have one of the happiest freaking marriages in the entire world. I don't fucking know how they do it because I can barely stand my husband alone in a car for 3 hours. I would go freaking crazy. But anywho, so he's in surgery and we're getting all these questions answered right before he goes back, and I take off and I'm like, don't die on me. I love you. I don't want to have to explain that to the kids tonight. It's been a stressful day. And he said, he asked about his medication and stuff. And the lady looks at us and she says, well, your wife can get that filled. And I said, well, where do I get it filled? She said, where do you live? And I told her where I lived. And she goes, oh, okay, well, maybe we can get them to do that whenever he gets out. And I said, maybe? Like, really? Not driving 3 hours just so he can have pain pills. Oh, I have horrible bedside manner, though. I do. I cannot wait for my husband to feel better after this because I don't cater. Like, I might on my 5-year-old because she's still really cute. She's just so adorable. Mommy, can I have some water? And I'm like, yes, honey, you can. Or, Mama, I think a cookie would make me feel better. You can have 12. She's cute. My husband's handsome, but he ain't cute. So, my husband, though, he's ready for it. This is also his first surgery. He's never had any surgeries before. I think I've been operated on probably 12 freaking times. And so I walk into surgery, I'm like, psh, I got this. Stick the needle in me. Let's dopamine me up and get rolling. But this is his first one. And he was pacing a little bit, but, it's got to be a little nerve-wracking because, that first one, it's kind of like getting your first tattoo. You don't know what to expect. Odds are you're going to hurt afterwards, but you don't have that pain level of anything else to compare it to. Where after you get your first tattoo, you're like, here's my arm, or here's my leg, or here's my ass. Come on, I know what to expect. So, I'm proud of him, though. But he's going to be at home, and he's going to be laying down, and he's probably going to try and ring that little bell at me or something and be like, honey. And I'll be in the kitchen. What the hell do you want? I love him, though. I should probably treat him okay tonight. Nah, builds character. But anyways, part of this started just because of TRICARE. But just remember that. Before, whenever your spouse or your boyfriend or girlfriend come up to you and they say, babe, thinking about joining the military. Be like, okay. Do you enjoy waiting in an emergency room for 4.5 hours? Huh? Do you enjoy waiting an hour and a half to get one prescription? Do you enjoy having to travel up to 6 or 20 or 30 hours just for one appointment? It happens. It happens. My son, he's autistic. And when we were in the process of finishing out his diagnosis, I drove 5.5 hours to one specialist because that's the only specialist our insurance would cover. 5.5 hours. Really? And you want to know how long the appointment was? 30 minutes. 30 minutes! Seriously, that woman should have, bought us dinner or lunch or something for the amount of time that I spent driving for one appointment. It's so stupid, and I'm so cheap, and I don't want to get a hotel, because, I'm a glutton for punishment. But if I didn't go through this, then I wouldn't have anything to video or write about, so it gives me a good reason to bitch. So, that's it for right now. Just wanted to tell you. Don't join the military until you watch a documentary on socialized medicine.